Tonight on News 13 at 6, how folks were able to turn in their guns for a good cause. And protests erupting in LA following a series of raids from federal immigration officials. The concerns now coming as similar raids are on the rise nationwide. And a little later, fostering unity and finding a sense of normalcy. How the Swannanoa community is working to bring new ways to come together almost 9 months after Helene. This is News 13 at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Liverman. First tonight, we're following some severe weather that's heading towards our area. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Karen Wynn for a check on what's happening out there right now. Karen.
Mark, we do have this area of severe thunderstorms moving in from the west. It's not hard to see here. And right now it is in the far western parts of the mountains. We're talking Clay and Cherokee counties. And these storms are moving rapidly to the east at about 60 miles per hour. Pink shaded area, that is where there's a severe thunderstorm watch over the next several hours. Damaging wind and hail and even an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out as these storms continue to move off to the east. Of course, the chance for severe weather is highest in our southwestern mountain counties and our far western counties in the upstate in Georgia. That orange shaded area, that is a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather, and we can see damaging wind that is elevated again, high in that area, red, elevated elsewhere. So we're talking that chance for some power outages, some trees to come down, power lines to come down, very gusty winds with this moving through. There's also that low end tornado risk in the green shaded area. Again, this is southwest of Franklin, including Valleytown, Toccoa, Georgia, many of our northeastern Georgia counties. So have a way to get your warnings as we go through this dangerous evening. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch out until 9 o'clock for locations to the west of Buncombe County. That's Haywood, Transylvania, Jackson, on over to Swain, Macon, Graham, and beyond. Much of the upstate, too, off to the west of Metro Greenville. Pickens is under this watch, along with Anderson and Abbeville. I'll walk you through this dicey evening and show you how long you're going to want to have those ways to get your warnings.
All right, thanks, Karen. We'll check back in with you shortly on all of that. Meantime, we have an update on a story we brought you last Saturday. Officials with the U.S. Marshals, they say 2 people have been arrested in a shooting that left 1 person dead and 2 others injured. On May 31st, Burke County deputies responded to a shooting here in this area on Cathy Road. Officials say 34-year-old Gregory Rutherford died at the hospital. 2 people have been arrested in connection with this. Nathaniel Tate has been charged with first-degree murder, while Jerry Benjamin is charged with discharging a firearm into occupied property. Neither of them were issued bond during their court appearance today. Both are expected back in court later this month. And one local church in Asheville is continuing to advocate for Gun Violence Awareness Month with a different type of gun surrender event. It's called Guns to Gardens. Between 12:30 and 3:30 today, community members could bring in unloaded guns to the drive-through style event, and the surrendered guns will be turned into gardening tools. We spoke with the coordinating pastor at First Baptist Church of Asheville on why he himself decided to take part in today's event.
These were handguns. Our family did not need them. And so instead of just letting them sit in a box, get passed down to be unused or potentially be used for violence, I got to go and watch them get sawed up. And so it was a very moving thing for me personally.
Callahan says he plans to give the gardening tools that used to be a family gun to his mother-in-law. Turning to national headlines, Mohammed Solomon, the suspect in Sunday's terror attack on a Colorado March for Israel hostages, appeared in federal court for the first time yesterday. The 45-year-old Egyptian national is facing a federal hate crime charge. He appeared in Boulder County Court on Thursday, where he was formally charged with attempted murder. Solomon allegedly hurled 2 lit Molotov cocktails at the march, injuring 15 people as well as a dog. A judge set June 18th as the date for his federal preliminary hearing. He was remanded into the custody of U.S. Marshals. Federal agents say Solomon is in the U.S. illegally. They have since detained his wife and children. A federal judge is blocking the Department of Homeland Security from deporting the family members. And President Trump's voicing confidence that the courts will side against Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the man who returned to the U.S. yesterday after he was mistakenly deported to an El Salvadoran prison nearly 3 months ago.
The man has a horrible past, and I could see a decision being made. Bring him back, show everybody how horrible this guy is, and frankly, we have to do something because the judges are trying to take the place of president that won in a landslide, and that's not supposed to be the way it is.
That was the president on Air Force One hinting at possibly punitive action against the judge who ordered the White House to facilitate Garcia's return. The White House has spent weeks fighting that order, previously arguing that it lacked the ability to have Abrego Garcia released from El Salvador. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced the 29-year-old has returned to the U.S. and indicted on human trafficking charges. Meantime, tensions between law enforcement and protesters in L.A. intensified last night. This comes as immigration and customs enforcement raids ramp up nationwide, instilling fear in many communities. Jen Sullivan has details on what happened in L.A. and the growing concerns over deportations across the country.